You reach the goal. There is a moment of satisfaction. Then the feeling fades and the next goal appears on the horizon, and the satisfaction that was supposed to come from the achieved goal migrates to the next one, and the one after that, and you are always arriving at the threshold of what was supposed to feel like enough and discovering that enough has moved again. This experience has a name in psychology: hedonic adaptation. The human nervous system is designed to return to a baseline emotional state after both positive and negative events. The thing you were certain would make you happy, if you only had it, everything would be okay, produces a period of elevation and then a return to the prior baseline. The brain stops treating the new thing as new. It becomes the new normal. And the normal feels insufficient. This is not ingratitude. It is not lack of appreciation. It is a feature of the nervous system designed for survival in an environment of scarcity. The drive to always want more kept our ancestors alive. In a world of abundance, the same drive produces a chronic sense of insufficiency that no amount of achievement or acquisition reliably resolves. The research on this is extensive and consistent. Lottery winners return to their baseline happiness within approximately a year of winning. People who acquire objects they were certain would improve their lives report significant increases in anticipatory happiness followed by a return to baseline after acquisition. The prediction of how happy something will make us is reliably inaccurate in the direction of overestimation. The Lubavitcher Rebbe addressed this experience, the relentless treadmill of wanting more, not by recommending satisfaction with what one has in a passive sense, but by pointing to a reorientation of what you are actually pursuing. He drew a distinction between two kinds of wanting. The first is what might be called acquisitive desire, the wanting of things, experiences, achievements, states. This kind of desire is inherently self-referential. It is about what you will have, what you will be, how you will feel. And it is subject to hedonic adaptation. You get the thing. The wanting moves on. The second kind of wanting is what might be called contributive desire, the wanting to give, to create, to act in ways that extend beyond the self. This kind of desire, the Rebbe taught, does not adapt in the same way. Because it is not organized around a result that then becomes the new baseline. It is organized around a direction. And you can always move further in a direction. Research on what psychologists call prosocial behavior, actions taken for the benefit of others, consistently shows that it is among the most reliable producers of sustained well-being. Not because it triggers the reward circuit in the same way as acquisition, but because it creates meaning, which is a different category of experience. Meaning does not adapt the way pleasure does. The act of giving that mattered last year still matters. The reorientation the Rebbe pointed to is not ascetic or self-denying. It is not that you should want less. It is that the wanting should be oriented towards something that the self is in service of, rather than toward the self as the end point. This is not a small shift. It is the shift between a life organized around what you can acquire and a life organized around what you can contribute. And the experiential difference, for people who make it, is significant. Not the absence of difficulty, but the absence of the specific suffering of the person who keeps arriving at the threshold of enough and finding it has moved.